What is one Bible verse that Satan does not want you to understand? When I thought about this verse blew my mind. Matthew 16:19. The enemy does not want you to understand the power you have and the authority you have. Matthew 16 in verse number 19. It is an incredible picture of what it looks like for us as believers to operate in full authority and power that Jesus has given unto us. In Matthew 16:18, Peter, based on the profession or confession that Peter makes, upon this rock I will build my church and the gates of Hades will not come against it. He gives us he gives us the game plan for walking in authority. In Matthew 16:19, Jesus says, I will give you the keys of the kingdom of heaven, and whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven, and whatever you loose on earth, you will loose in heaven. You have to know, as a believer, you have God's power and you have God's authority. Why? Because he's given you keys. Now, when you have keys, they denote power. Think about this in the natural sense. If you have keys to get into a particular place, if you have keys to be able to get into your vehicle, if you have keys to get into rooms, it suggests that you have access to that room. I want you to know that because you have keys, you have access to the kingdom of God. You believe that? I need you to put in the chat, I have keys. Watch this. He's given us keys to the kingdom of heaven. And he says he's given us binding power and loosening power. This week, I want you to exercise and use your keys. I want you to bind. What does it mean to bind? It means to restrict and prohibit the things that Jesus doesn't allow. It's not going on in heaven. It shouldn't be going on in your life. Bind destructive thoughts, bind confusion, bind anxiety, bind depression. All of the things that don't belong in your life, God says, I've given you the power to bind it. But not only do you have binding power, you got loosening power. That is, what is going on in heaven belongs in your life. I want you this week, use your keys, loose peace, loose abundance, loose wisdom, loose direction. You deserve to operate in God's power. Use your keys.